go. All right, so we should be live. Yay, there we go. Hi, hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Venture Maidens podcast. I am so excited to have a bunch of you here. I personally want to call out Switz. Thank you so much for being here.
We love you, Switz.
We love
You're
you,
the best.
Switz. Welcome back. Oh my gosh, I am really excited. And though, as you can see here, we have only two maidens with us tonight. Nassim is not able to join us. It is the Iranian New Year, so she is celebrating with her family right now. So it's only these two going through my super spooky dungeon.
Save yourself, Nassim.
Yeah, sorry, Nassim. I told her already. I was like, well, that means I'm controlling Saye, so we'll see what happens to that. But she handed
your monk can climb up walls? Ooh, not today.
Interesting.
She forgot how to walk.
This will totally be fine with just them. It'll be fine. But anyway, I guess let's go ahead and get this started. Hi, everybody. My name is Celeste Konowich, and I will be your dungeon master.
Whoa, this is really weird going first. I'm Sage, and I'm playing your barbarian, who will hopefully stay sane.
And I'm Katie, and I'm playing Fair Villain, the tiefling sorcerer who is gonna try to meet these people and try to stay alive 5 minutes later. So,
it's the best way to meet people, bonding through just horrible situations. So I really want to just emphasize that. Let's forge this bond. But anyway, so it's up to just the two of you. We have to go into what happened last time on Venture Maidens. Oh, hey, everyone from Nerd Immersion, welcome.
Yeah!
Hi!
So, we decided to get on our way to visit Amalthea, the crone mother, because she had made a connection with Saye, was like, oh, come visit me. I have some things for you to do. And we're like, okay, open jars. And it turned out to be so much more serious than that.
Yeah.
So we get to her beautiful villa estate, and she is there in her library. What's it like? Yeah, some kind of whatever meeting room. And Fair was there, our new resident tiefling babe. And
go on.
And
oh yes. And Amalthea was basically telling us that she found this creature who is an angel, who she doesn't know its name, but she tried to heal it and restore its sanity because it's been corrupted somehow and it's gone mad, but she doesn't know how, or at least she hasn't told us how. And she tried to save it with her powerful healing powers, but they're just not enough. And she linked her life force to this creature, and now it's sapping all of her life force. And if we don't deal with it somehow, it might kill her. So she has locked it in some catacombs in her house, and it's like, hey, go find and deal with this thing for me. And don't die in the catacombs. So like, why do you have a dungeon in your house? And she's like, don't worry about it. Like, I don't know. I just inherited it.
She didn't build the dungeon. She found the dungeon.
It's not polite to ask people about their dungeons.
Apparently. And yeah, we're like, yeah, you made this beautiful place of healing, and there's like, okay, sure, let's go with it. But yes, so now we've decided to head down to basement level 1, and we have seen some spooky ghost shit so far.
Mm-hmm. And what happened? What was in that first room?
So, what was the first thing that we came into?
It was a fucked up doctor's office from hell.
Oh my god. Yeah, so it was just like a pretty empty room. And then we started hearing some weird sounds, and Saye called out. She was like, hey, ghosts, we're here. We're not trying to disturb you. We're looking for this other person. If you can help us, that'd be cool. And then this receptionist appeared out of nowhere. It was like, oh, do you have an appointment? We're like, I don't know if I want one to see the doctor. And Sarah said she did.
I know. Why? Who's to say? But yeah, she had a really creepy appointment ledger, and it was covered in bugs.
So many names.
So many. You have so many friends and nicknames. Who's to say what it is?
And oh my god. So God, now I'm mixing up the dungeon from last week and the one we did, because I'm like, we walked in and there were zombies.
And there was a Gargan. No. No, so yep, you eventually went down the stairs, and then you saw something written on the wall.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it said oh, it was written in blood, and it said it over and over and over, and it was really disturbing.
Yes, forgive me, Father, for I have sinned.
Yeah.
Right. And we're like,
that's nice.
We're walking, and we have 5 sanity points.
Mm-hmm.
And
you saw those eyes.
Oh yeah, eyes. We have 5 sanity points, and if each of us can make a sanity check with the trait that we chose that made the most sense for our character, and if we drop to 0, then something bad is gonna happen. We're all gonna go crazy and die.
Yes, and that was tested at the very, very end of the session. Kara looked into one of the cells lining the walls and made a sanity check because what did you see?
Oh my god, what did I see? I blocked it out of my memory.
So you had seen this figure was inside of this cell there. And so I guess, let's go ahead and pick up right there. So at the end of last time, you had made it down that set of steps to the lower level of whatever this place is, and you had seen cells lining the hallway on either side of you. And Kara had peeked into one of them, and instantly this flash of green, like these green eyes, had been peering back at you, and you could see the shadowed outline of someone standing in this cell. And before you could respond or blink even, this form had come at you with just lightning speed, appearing in your face, and opened its mouth to speak to you. And from each of the other cells, this voice in unison had said to you, "We are angry. We are the lost. Get out." And that had just happened as they had all said this to you in unison. So currently the 3 of you are standing in this hallway now, coated with this blood writing over and over again, and staring into these eyes that are certainly not human.
Well,
I'm not ready for this. All right, let's go.
Turn around. No, okay. What was ahead of us again? I remember there was like writing and there was the rooms. But
yeah. So basically you had come down this staircase here into this long hallway, and then on either side of this hallway are the cell doors, but the hallway does continue on to open up into a much larger room beyond.
Oh yeah, did we? Yeah. Should we just try and book it into the next room?
Yeah, I don't want to stay. I don't. You seem a little shook.
Yeah, the creatures now on the other side of these cells have gone completely silent. But Kara, if you try to look back at the thing staring back at you, again, it's like the shadows just move over its form in its face, so you can never get a definite read on what it is that is staring back at you.
Yeah, Kara goes like, pun intended, ghost white as she slowly turns to look at Farah, and she's like, "I believe we should be moving onward."
Wow, I'm not gonna argue with you. Let's go. just like shuffle forward.
Yeah, and as you continue moving down the hallway, you feel 6 sets of eyes just burning hatred into you as you pass.
Okay.
Neat.
Oh boy.
So as you walk forward, this room here, suddenly, like you were in this very claustrophobic hallway, opens up into a much, much larger space. far bigger than you would expect to see in an underground place. And it's this perfectly square room that's maybe about 120 by 120 feet here, and it looks like everything here is smooth stone, almost like concrete, making up this whole just big open space. And again, you can see like toppled furniture here, so like maybe bookshelves, tables used to dot this room, but now it's all just an absolute mess. You can see at some point like vines have started to grow down into this space. Roots are hanging from the ceiling there. And then you see on the very, very far side of this room, there are 2 doorways. But both of you go ahead and give me perception checks.
Oh, that's good. 20.
Okay. Muted.
Sorry, 22.
Okay, wow. All right, so both of you, as you're looking around this room and kind of at the rubble in each of these corners, every once in a while you catch a flash of light. Like a small glowing, sometimes purple, sometimes blue, sometimes green.
Okay.
Just at the very edges of the room, under all this trash.
Can I roll an Arcana check to see if I know what this would be at all?
Sure.
Oh, it's not as good. That's gonna be a 15.
Okay. Magical sources of light. I mean, it could be anything from maybe like a fungi of some kind, or maybe some kind of creature that would be exuding this light. It sort of looks like fairy fire, but it's also like just scattered about, very irregular. So there are a lot of different things this could potentially be.
Mm-hmm. So there's all these trash heaps around the room.
Mm-hmm. And every once in a while you see like scattered on the ground what looks like it's like a backgammon set like on the ground, or like you see like a iron chair like in one corner of the room.
And you said there was a door to the left and to the right?
Mm-hmm. On the very far side of this room.
Okay.
I cast Mage Hand and I'm like, do you have a door preference, or should I just...
I always say look to the left.
All right. I'll try to open it with my Mage Hand.
Are you doing it from the 120 feet on the other side of the room, or are you stepping further into this room?
I step forward.
Okay.
We're looking around a little bit.
Yeah, I definitely stay very close to her and have my shield and sword drawn and like ready to lunge at any moment.
And at this point, Saya is following after you all, but she seems to be just slowing down in her steps and kind of looking just around the room, like maybe she's trying to hear something. But she's following around after you. And as you get closer into the center of the room, you begin to hear something as well. It's just like this whispering sound. But if you focus on it too long, it goes away. But it's just like it's crawling like at the very back of your consciousness. Just this cacophonous whispering series of words that you can't understand or ever get the whole story from. Mm-hmm. And this happens as you step right into the center of the room.
Am I the only one?
Yeah. It feels like there's something right on the edge of my brain, like a thought that I've just lost, and but dark.
Yeah. Saya.
She nods and is listening again. And then it's at this moment that suddenly from the corners of the room, all of these bright flashes of light start to occur again. So it's like what you saw before, except it's like strobing this blue and green and purple really, really furiously. And I need you all to roll initiative.
Oh, all right. Hey, 17.
Okay.
10.
All right. Okay, let me go ahead and pull up a D&D Beyond spell. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Mm.
Ah! Oh, man. Oh, no, their new way of... Okay, tell me. Thanks, Switz, for the subscribe.
Yay!
Okay. I need you both to make wisdom saving throws for me. As all of a sudden, this just, like, flashing, strobing light is just filling the air, and it's very, like, strange and odd, and your eyes aren't accustomed to the light.
Ooh, I got a 13.
Okay.
I got a natural 1.
Ooh! All right. So... Wow. All right, so that 13 is going to...
Pure joy.
This never happens! Oh my god, wow, what can I do to you? All right.
Wait, hold on, let me read what I can do.
All right, Kara, why don't you go ahead and roll me a d10?
I don't like where this is going. 6.
I'm sorry, what was that?
6.
Okay, all right. So as all of these bright flashing lights occurs, it's very confusing as this is happening. And you begin to see bursting out of these corners these swarms of little gray bodies that are just coming now from under the furniture, everything, as these two swarms of you, they look like rats, but then as you look closer at them, you see that their heads are open, and you can see like these little their brains that are flashing, these strobing these different colors as they're beginning to swarm up on you from either side.
What these are.
Yes, so Kara, you've been hit by the confusion spell. So at the start of each of your turn, the creature doesn't move or take actions this turn because you are confused, and you can go ahead and at the end of your turn re-attempt that wisdom saving throw. So cool. Kara has been thoroughly confused by these things.
You just see a long thing of drool just slowly spill out of her mouth, just
pretty All right, so as these two swarms of cranium rats begin to move in on you in the center of the room, and now they are just completely dotting the floor. They're everywhere. It looks like the floor itself is moving. Kara, go ahead and make me that wisdom saving throw right now, since you would be starting it off.
Oh, sweet. What is my wisdom save? Oh, that's only an 11.
Nope. So Kara continues just drool pouring down her face. And then Farah, why don't you go ahead and give me a perception check, Farah, in the middle of all of this?
That is a 16.
Okay. You notice, like, as all of this is happening and you take in Kara, or Carl at this moment, you see Saye just steps backwards and begins to run, like, full force towards one of the walls of this room. And you see the rats, they begin to clear a path for her as she runs, like, at her monk speed, so she's moving, like, 80 feet per round at this point.
It's just like, shit, girl, where you going?
And Saye does not respond as this is happening, but now it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Did she just become queen of the rats?
I think that's what just happened.
I'm so confused. Is she now Willard like that puppet show?
Oh my god, I haven't thought about that movie in so long. That was such a weird movie.
Oh my god, that guy who played it was so good.
Anyway.
Okay. So, well, seeing that, I guess I'm going to cast Burning Hands on a group of them.
All right, you can try. So I have to make is it Dex?
Yeah, Dex save 17.
No.
No?
No. Hell no.
That's pretty good. 14 points of damage.
Ooh, wow, okay. And are you hitting the left swarm or the right swarm?
We'll go right.
All right. So yeah, you send off flame. What does it look like when Farah casts Burning Hands? What does Farah's magic look like?
So every time that Farah uses her magic, her gold eyes like light up and like totally consume her pupils. And it's very like golden and sparky. So instead of just like your standard flame, it just kind of looks like sparklers. And it blasts off in a cone of about 15 feet, one would say.
Approximately.
If I were to guess at these gross rat things.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, and you hear their scream like as they are like bursting from this heat there, and you see some of their brains like start exploding since they're all exposed. And so some of the light show manages to drop on this side here. All right, but then it is the rats' turn, and they are going to go ahead and retaliate. So one swarm will go ahead and attack Carl. Oh, ow. 21.
That does do it.
Okay. So as this is happening, you can do nothing because you're so confused just standing there. These rats begin to swarm up your legs and up your torso until you are covered in the writhing mass of these things, and you just begin to feel those sharp little pincing bites as they crawl all over you. Take 14 points of piercing damage.
Ooh. Fuck. All right.
This swarm is all up in your business, and then one is coming for you, Farah. Cool, natural one. They cannot get over the fact that you just burnt like half of them. So now these rats are skittering away from you and just like on the ground. Some of them are still screaming. All right, and then Kara, we're back up to you. Go ahead, give me another saving throw.
Come on, heart of the cards.
Woo.
Oh, all right, that's a 15.
Okay, you are no longer confused.
Thank God.
So that is your turn to make that roll, but you managed to gain control of your faculties once again.
Yes.
Okay. All right, and then Farah.
Okay, I'm going to firebolt at them.
There. Fire seems to be working great.
Good to know.
Pro fire.
All right, that's a 25.
Yes.
Oh, that's 2d10.
Are you still attacking the swarm you already damaged?
Yeah, I don't. They're all over her. I'm not gonna firebolt her.
Yep.
It's fine. I can take it.
That's actually 17 points.
Okay.
Rolled really well.
All right, 17 points. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, you just churning through these rats because they all kind of pile over each other and like they're moving as one unit. When you blast it with fireball, it just takes a bunch of them go in flying off of this main pile of them that they've created. All right, but then the rats are back up, and so Farah, they're half-heartedly like the few remaining rats are gonna come and try and chomp at your ankles.
Okay.
All right, will an 18 hit you?
It will hit me.
Okay. All right, then you're only going to take 6 piercing damage, but these little ones are vicious, the ones that have survived your fire thus far, and they are chomping at you. And then the ones that are covering Carl right now are going to go in and try to get some more toasty bites, but they only get a 12. So now you're managing to, like, shake them off, keep them from your little tender bits. and it is your turn.
Yeah, just grabbing some that are like going into the armpit of her armor. It's just like, no! Get off! So, oh God, they're like swarming all like over me.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I'm real angry about this. This is not a good day. This is not how I imagined this day going. So, bonus action rage.
Fair.
And then she would like to, because it doesn't seem so smart to swing a sword at myself, she's gonna use her shield that's in her left hand and try and like slam them off of her.
Sure. Yeah, scoop. I make a scoop attack.
Roll to scoop.
Opposing scoop rolls.
Yes.
All right. Not bad. That's gonna be an 18.
Yes. You can get a nice shield full of these rats.
Excellent. Should I call it like?
You have the shield master feat, right?
Yeah, a D6.
Yeah, D6 plus your strength.
All right, that's gonna be 6 damage.
Okay, yep. So you managed to get a ton of these things. You just scoop them off of you and like send them flying. And I'm gonna say they smack into the wall as this is happening, dealing a bunch of bludgeoning damage. So all these little rat corpses are flying through the air.
Excellent. I'm gonna scoop again.
Bail it out.
Penalty of 15.
Indeed, that will scoop.
Yes.
Oh, thank you,
Muffin.
The Muffin Man. Shout out to Buckets. Buckets.
Our patrons for our winter game, they got to meet Bucket's twin brother, Pales.
Yes. That's fucking phenomenal. I'm sorry, I missed that damage. I was distracted by Buckets.
7 scooping damage.
7 scoops. All right. Hell yeah. All right, and then Farah, we're up to you.
Great. All right. I'm gonna firebolt.
Yes.
That's a natural 20.
Whew.
Oh yeah.
Well.
Okay. So 8 plus 3 is 11. Plus 5 is 16. Plus 3, 19 points.
Okay. Ooh. All right. How do you want to take care of this swarm? How you end it?
Farah just kind of, just like with a flick of her finger, sends off another flame their way, and as it hits them, their little brains just go.
Yeah, they boil and just explode. Yeah. It's all over for these rats. So you have taken down one of the swarms, but there are still a bunch of rats like surrounding Carl right now. So they're gonna go ahead and try to get one more chompies. Oh, 23. There. Now this dice is good. I don't know.
Oh, my internet's being lame.
Okay. So, Carl, they are going to crawl up on you and bite for 6 more piercing damage.
Got it.
Yes! Alright, and then that's them. So, Kara, it's up to you.
All right. Oh, actually, that's only 3 because I'm raging.
Fine.
Ha-ha! All right, let's scoop away!
Can't feel my rat bites.
Oh boy, that is a natural 20.
Scoop? What is a natural 20 scoop? Tell me. Tell me now.
Oh my God, natural 20 for scooping. So she takes her shield with both hands and like scrapes off a bunch off and then hucks them down to the ground and then jumps on top of the shield and cracks their tiny rat bodies underneath her standing on her shield.
Oh God.
And you just hear the blood curdling crunch as she just stomps. For 12 damage.
Somebody call PETA. Okay. Wow, that's horrifying. Yep, okay.
And then she's gonna do it again. Woo! All right, I'm loving that's a 26. Fuck yeah. For an additional 7 scoops.
How do you want to end them?
Oh man, yeah, she stomps down again and you just hear these more like crunches and she's like, did anyone order some Ben and Jerry's? Because I've got hella scoops. And then picks up her shield and then just like wipes all the like viscera off onto like some trash piles. Just
Yep. So the room goes eerily silent, like in this flurry of activity and movement that happened here. Now all of these like rat corpses surround you, and Farah, you manage to like look back towards where Saye is, and you see her as she steps through a wall. Like, it just seems to open up of its own accord, like this gaping hole appears in the wall, and she's got one leg, like, forward, and she looks back at all of you, and you can see her expression is just completely glassy-eyed. And this long shadow stretches out on the floor, and it looks like these flickering tendrils of shadow surround her for a moment. And then
Nope.
she disappears. And I need
Nope,
both of you
nope,
to roll
nope.
a sanity check.
Ooh, I would like to make the case that since I'm still raging,
Mm-hmm.
that I have advantage because I can't be charmed or frightened.
You know what? I dig it. Accurate.
I got a 13.
Ooh, nice. That'll be an unnatural 20.
Okay.
Nice. By the way.
So, Kara, you are fine. But Farah, you are going to take a point of sanity damage. What goes through Farah's mind that just destroys it just a little bit?
Farah is a very social person, and she, I guess, seeing one of the people who she's like, all right, it's gonna be sweet, we're gonna go on an adventure, just disappear. Kind of like it feels like it's slowly gonna count down to maybe that could be me. And she just like feels like a creeping, like imminent loneliness, I guess, and fright.
Yeah, and as that happens again, just at the back of your mind, those whispers, you can hear them just a little bit louder. And with that, the wall closes, and Sae is gone.
That was peculiar.
Farah turns towards you and her eye twitches once, and she just kind of shakes it off, and she's like, I don't know what happened to your friend, but to keep it light, I've never seen anyone fight like you before. That was something really special to see. I've never seen a shield used so proficiently.
Carl just like openly chuckles and just like, I am known for my meta tricks.
You are certainly full of surprises. And she just pats him on the shoulder, and she kind of like looks to move towards the area where she disappeared, like she wants to kind of check it, but she's like, you're like super buff. Why don't you check that?
I would be happy to, and yeah, I want to go over to where we saw like disappear from and take a peek around.
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
Oh boy, I'm real good at those. What? Or that's probably like a 6. Yeah.
A 6? Okay. Yeah, the wall is it's a flat stone wall. There's no indication of like a secret door or anything that strikes your attention at all. It's just total mystery.
I think it was magic.
I think you're right.
I can't see anything else though.
Okay, well, I guess she'll go over there now that Carl's over there and kind of check it out herself and see if she can see anything.
Investigate.
Oh, nope. That's 10.
Both of you are just like, what? But even with a 10, Farah, you managed to catch what was missed. Just at the very, very base of this wall, there's like a slimy film. So it's wet, viscous, clear. Just a small pool of it.
She points it out to Carl.
I poke it with my sword.
It gets on your sword.
That's disgusting.
It kind of looks like snot.
Farah goes, smell it.
Wow. Make a sanity check. No.
Oh my god. Yeah, Carl kind of like looks up and kind of makes like, oh, okay. If you think that'll help. It's like,
okay. It smells like salt water.
Interesting. I wanna, now that she's pointed out like where this like film is, I definitely want to like. I don't want to touch the door with my hands. Can you use your magic hand to poke around on the door? Because I feel this might be. I have encountered mimics, and maybe this kind is
So this space you're looking at here, there isn't a door here. It's just a flat wall. So the only two doors were on the far other side of the room.
Right.
Do you want me to manhandle the wall or the door?
Yes.
Okay.
The wall.
I'll touch it all over with my mage hand and see if anything gives.
Okay. Yeah, and you do, and there is just. Thank you, everybody, for subscribing. You're all amazing. Thank you. You're touching around there. There is no seam on this wall. There is no trapdoor. You have no idea how this happened.
Interesting. Well, to the door then?
Yeah, let's do that. But first, and she's gonna touch you and cast guidance on you. Just in case.
Just in case.
All right, to the left door.
All right.
All right.
To the left. All right, let me pull up a thing. Don't worry about it.
I'm a little worried about it.
No, I said you don't have to. It's fine.
I'm not worried. I'm never worried.
You're worried. I don't know.
Meanwhile, as they're walking, Farrah's just thinking to herself, I can't believe he actually smelled it.
You can get boys to do anything.
So true.
Okay. Oh, there we go. There's that thing I was looking for. All right. So as you go ahead and you come to this door, who's opening it?
Mage hand.
Oh.
Or mage hand.
Or mage hand. We all have to get used to that. People with utility magic. All right. So as you open up this door, it is unlocked and it swings open, and you see a dark, mid-sized room. Inside here, you see that there are long counters, like on the center of this room, and then also around the outside edges. There are cabinets, there are bookshelves. This is the first room you've come into that has furniture that hasn't been, like, just completely destroyed. You also, or I guess you haven't stepped into the room yet, so that's kind of what you see.
Okay.
You do also see, the soft blue glow of something that's sitting on top of one of the tables in the center of the room. Oh. You back?
Okay, here we go. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. So something is, a soft blue glow is lying on that table in the center of the room.
All right. Well, bold Stradley, fourth, shield raised, sword in hand, and I go to check out the blue light because shiny.
Yep. As you step into the room, something crunches under your feet, and you notice that there are shards of glass just covering the floor. And as you move forward into this room, so looking around, this looks like some kind of place where science happens. There are like mechanical instruments that you don't really recognize on top of all of these tables. There are books, scrolls, all of this paraphernalia laid out. And as you get closer towards this blue thing in the center of the room, you see that sitting right next to it, there is a chair. It's sort of like a chair that you can recline in here, but it also has metal straps that would go over like the wrists and the neck part of if somebody were to be sitting in this chair. Yep. And as you get closer to this blue light, you see that it's a small, perfectly round stone that's sitting in this little dish just on the center table. And you see lying next to it, there are pieces of parchment and a quill that's sitting pristinely, as if somebody were to just sit down and start writing here at any moment.
Fair, come over here. There's a rather strange object on this table.
Okay. I'll go over there. Before I fuck with this totally not ominous looking object. Is there anything like written on the parchment or like any scrolls on the table that I would give any indication?
So it looks like a clean sheet of paper, as if maybe somebody were about to sit down and write notes.
Okay, can I roll Arcana on the blue shiny?
Sure.
That's gonna be 19.
Okay. Yeah. So you recognize this immediately. Well, it looks an awful lot like a sending stone, but maybe just a little bit different. But that's exactly what it reminds you of. Anyway, and so for sending stones, for those of you who don't know, they are stones that you can use to send messages to whoever else has an identical stone.
Rocky Talkies.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
It looks like a shiny sending stone. I mean, we could try to talk into it and see if we get anything back, but so far the things I've heard here I haven't liked. So I mean, that's entirely
that is valid. No, in fact, the only thing that I've liked down here is you.
Do go on.
Oh God. Fell in love in a hopeless place.
Our shared trauma will bring us together. Oh my God. All right. I lean in to get like my mouth really close to the rock and hello, is anyone there? Can you hear me?
All right. And as you lean in, and the glow intensifies as you get closer to it, and you say that, and the stone begins to speak back to you.
And Carl jumps back,
yeah.
just like a cat that's been surprised. It's like,
mm-hmm. And it becomes very clear to you after a few lines of this that you are listening to something that has been recorded instead of on a conversation on the other side. So you hear two people talking, and the first person says, "Now, Charles, please tell me one more time why you're here." Dr. Scarborough, please, I'm not supposed to be here. I need to get out of here. Charles, your mother seems to think you need to be here. That thing is not my mother. I tried to tell you there's a monster in her head and she's... Oh my God, this is insane. Now, Charles, everything is going to be all right. The best way to master our fears is to confront them. And you begin to hear the sounds of something glass clanging. Oh God, what is that? Please, no, God! And he begins screaming. And then the line goes dead. And then you both begin to hear a clattering sound coming from the far edges of the room. Go ahead and roll me sanity checks.
Happily. Oh my God.
22.
Okay.
That'll be a 14.
Okay. Kara, that is a fail. Tell me what part of this is the part that was the most horrifying.
Oh, as soon as she hears you need to face your fears, it just like hits this like deep place in her where it just flashes her mind back to when like on the first night out on her on her first like Dwarf Scouts camping trip as a kid, where they get jumped by spiders and someone says, "No, we need to face our fears," as just they get overtaken by these drow and all these spiders, and she just flashes back to that moment and that terror and just completely seizes up and just...
And as this happens, again, it's that skittering sound of like nails on tile as this is happening, and you see that two creatures jump out of the darkness. They appear to be brains with legs on them that are now just squared off on either side of the room that just scuttled out of the darkness here. So let's go ahead and roll some initiative.
These are not the same thing.
Brain theme. All right. 18.
19.
You can thank Undermountain for this one.
I will not thank that.
Okay, let me roll. This is fun, you guys. This is super fun.
This is super fun. I'm so into it. I love being horrified.
You're doing great, Celeste. Out of character, I'm like shaking.
I don't like this.
In my space boots.
All right, so Farah, you have the first move as you see Carl just kind of seizes up, like staring at this stone. And then these two creatures are lunging at you from opposing sides of the room. What are you going to do?
Okay. I am going to I'll do cast shatter on them.
Sure.
All right, so that's gonna be 38.
Do I make a save?
Oh yes. You're gonna make a Constitution DC 17.
Okay. All right, both of them super fail.
All right, they will take 15 points of thunder damage.
Woo! Thank you. 15? Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. All right. Yeah, and again, what does a shatter look like? Is it also sparkly bits?
It's less dramatic. It actually like starts from the center, and it's almost like you can see the air around them kind of quiver, and then it's just the very faint golden energy just kind of like explodes from the center of the area.
Yeah, and as you do, you see that because they're just brains, so you see like that jiggling like quality to them as you like blow chunks out of their little bodies, shattering this apart. Blow chunks. Welcome to the Venture Maidens.
Yeah.
And then Kara, it is up to you.
All right, so I am going to go after the one on the left.
All right.
And I'm going to use my bonus action to rage, and now I'm going to try and hack at it. Ooh, that is a 23.
Yes.
All right, and that will be 7 plus 6 is 13 slashing and 3 cold.
How do you want to destroy it?
Oh shit. So after
they're just squishy brains.
That's true. fair. So after seeing Farah let loose the shatter spell, it just like wakes her up and then immediately sees the impending doom and just like snaps to like and just whoosh, right over the top.
Yep. Yeah, and it just dies immediately as this happens. Its little legs kick one final time, and it just goes flat on the ground.
And now we're gonna attack the other one.
Okay.
Booyah. 17.
Yes.
Yes, honey.
Yes,
4.
girl. Yes.
Let's see. That's 9 damage total.
All right. You also destroy this one and just a deft swing, Kara, and they are just dead to be no more, and the room goes silent.
There are many things in this place that are just quite awful.
Farah just kind of looks at her and she's like, kind of looked like you went somewhere there for a while. You okay? You need a hug?
Frozen.
Now I have to wait to see if I get rejected or not.
It's always the waiting. That's the worst.
As you kind of open yourself up to like for a hug, Kara, like leans in. Is like, thank you. I was just reminded of something terrifying in my past. I certainly hope we do not encounter spiders while we are down here.
Oh, wow. I'll squish them for you. And she rubs Carl's back. For like, and a slightly out, like 3 seconds too long, this hug lasts. And she's like, this was clearly an awful place. I hate it. And we should keep moving. And also, that was more than 25 words. And she points at the stone.
No.
Yeah. So you can determine that the nature of this stone isn't exactly a sending stone, but if you would like to take it, it is a recording stone.
Oh, sure. Why not?
There's a drying smell on it. And then we all die because the monsters find us.
So we're both down 1 sanity. How you guys feeling?
Not great.
What does 4 out of 5 sanity feel like?
Feeling a little shook. Definitely like Kara takes it as now feeling super on edge and having like very heightened awareness. So it's like she's kind of like reacting like, all right, well, this thing got me, but nothing else is gonna get me. Just like
dark corners.
Super suspicious about everything.
Yeah, for sure. Fair is that person who nothing has ever gone wrong for her ever. So she's like, wow, so this is what that's like. Well, I learned, I got my one and done. Let's have a good time through the rest of this shit.
Wonderful. Yep. And so that's basically what's in this room.
I want to look at. Well, never mind. Kara can't read. Not really. Kara asks Farah, what kind of tomes are these? Like, what? This seemed like a place where people studied. Maybe, I don't know. What do you think?
So looking around the room, you can tell that a lot of these are like medical textbooks, books on like biology. Books on consciousness, things. I mean, psychology isn't a thing that exists really in a medieval setting, but this is everything in here is as close to that as you would get. Lots of brain specific biology.
I love a theme.
Do you guys get the theme yet?
Yeah.
Should I do more brains?
I'm sensing.
Yeah. I wonder if the next room will have brains. So
it'll have zombies because zombies eat brains.
Eat the brains.
Yeah, she kind of relays to her. Oh, okay, so it's like the study of the mind, basically, and experimentation and stuff like that. And she's feeling glad that she didn't stick around for her appointment, like a dumbass.
Yes, definitely. I would like to go over and just kind of like fiddle around with the chair and like look at it, and like you said, there are straps for the wrist. Is it like a straight up and down chair?
So it's sort of like a barber chair where it's got foot pedestals at the bottom. So somebody could recline very far back in this chair. And you could strap somebody in at the wrists and at the neck bar area too. You also see there's a lap bar in the chair. So just in case somebody needed to be restrained, they absolutely could be in this chair.
Just like not even thinking, Kara says aloud, if this weren't such a dark and terrible place, this chair would be so much fun.
Oh my god, Farrah just like the corner of her mouth like turns up and she's like,
I'm gonna tell Nassim that you guys weren't worried about Sully at all.
She's like, I wish that it were appropriate for me to like where your mind goes right now.
Alright, to which Kara openly laughs at. It's like, wait, were there any other doors out of here aside from the one we came in?
Not in this room, no. So the only unopened door is the one if you walked outside and
the other one. Okay, yeah. So I start making my way over towards the other one.
Okay.
Mage hand.
All right. And as you mage hand open this door, you see that there is a hallway in front of you. It has been painted bright white. And it is a very, very thin hallway. So you can really only walk by maybe 2 people at a time. And you see lining the walls of this room, there are 4 very thick white coats that have lots of like silver buckles on them. And you see that there is a door on the other side of this hallway.
I'm guessing that the buckles are meant for the back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm super paranoid right now. So just in case, I'm gonna take my mage hand and just pick up one of the coats and throw it against the wall just in case they're like animate or something.
I can tell you right now the coats definitely weigh more than 5 pounds.
Oh no.
All those buckles. Yeah, seeing that as like you're trying to get your mage hand to like finagle it, and Kara just like takes her sword and just wipes them off the wall.
Mm-hmm. And as you do so, you swear that the coat moves.
No, I know it.
But you look again, you're like, no, it didn't.
I'm gonna firebolt one. Light it up.
Okay. All right.
That's 26 to hit.
Oh yeah, you'll definitely hit a coat.
Great. That's 13 points of damage.
Okay. All right. This coat flutters. It definitely begins to struggle as this happening, and you see the 2 sleeves of the coat lean forward, and it starts to pull itself towards you on the ground here. So let's go ahead and roll for some initiative.
I fucking knew it.
But they would have been so cool if it got you.
I am a naturally anxious and paranoid person. That's a 10 for me.
Okay.
That will be a 22 for me.
Okay, wow. All right. Damn. Okay, so Carl, you get a move here. You see this coat all of a sudden has come to life and is starting to crawl towards you.
Immediately, oh my god. I don't even have time to get angry about it. I just immediately swing at it with my sword.
For sure.
Ooh, and that'll be a 22.
Yep.
And then for my 7 damage, that'll be oh my god, 5 plus 6. 11. That'll be 11 damage.
Okay.
And then second attack is a 16.
Okay. Yes.
And that'll be better. That'll be 15 damage.
Okay. Hell yeah. All right, so this coat just gets completely cut to ribbons as this happens, but you do see that 2 others on the wall are fluttering as well.
Nice. All right. Yeah, and I make sure to stay very, very close to Farah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and as this happens here, one of these coats is just suddenly going to fly off of this peg here, and it is going to go ahead and let's see. All right, try and attack Carl. So this thing just like opens up and seems to jump of its own accord, and you see the arms are flying in to try and wrap around your chest as this straitjacket is trying to attack you.
Delicious.
Oh, wow. Okay, 24. Good boy. Okay, so let's see. So we're gonna first of all. All right. So as it comes swinging on you, and you feel your arms definitely get crossed, and you are effectively grappled by this thing now, you also get hit with these peltings of these really heavy. You think maybe there's like lead inlays or something also in this coat that just like drags you down immediately as you get like attacked by these buckles too that come swinging around. So you're gonna take 9 bludgeoning damage from the buckles, and you are grappled. Oh, until this grapple ends, the target is restrained. It won't blind you, but basically, yeah, this thing is like squeezing you so tight, it's hard to get any air into your lungs as this is happening. Okay, and then the other coat is going to try and do the same to our darling Farah.
No thanks.
Okay, is a 17 going to hit you?
It would hit, but I'm going to guess shield.
Okay,
Nice.
Great. So again, this coat comes swinging towards you, and you just bounce it off of your shield. All right, and then Farah, it's to you.
I'm going to, as I kind of like duck and bow or whatever, I hit my staff on the ground, and I will cast my Spirit Guardians.
Nice.
Which once again, it's just two super buff, half naked Deva men, just straight flexing.
I feel a little bit intimidated by this.
That's my grandpa. So they're gonna do their thing, and they're gonna have to make a DC 17 saving throw for Wisdom.
Okay, Wisdom. How wise are animated straitjackets?
I'm hoping not very.
No, they have a -4.
Oh, great.
Beautiful.
I'm sorry, what was the DC?
17.
Oh, absolutely not.
Oh, that's not so great. 6, 9, 10 points.
Okay. Ooh. All right, so both of these coats look like they're getting tonked up pretty good by these buff men who are just flying about. Anything else for your turn?
No, that's it for me.
All right, and then Kara, we're up to you. You are restrained.
Oh, now I'm real angry. A coat just fucking bitch slapped me in the face? I don't think so. Rage!
Yep.
And now I'm going to make an anti-grapple check.
Yes.
Fuck yes, that is a 26.
Okay, what does it look like when you get out of this coat?
Oh man, just straight out, just like flexes and just, whoa, and just hulks out for a second. Oh, and then whoosh, go to swipe at it.
Yes.
Ooh, yes, 23.
Okay.
And that will be delicious. That's going to be 17 damage.
Okay. Yeah.
And is it dead?
Yeah, you kill it. How do you want it to kill it?
Oh man, yeah, it just Hulk flex out as it's just been just ripped apart by my bulging, wonderful bicep muscles, and then immediately just what's left of it just slashes cleanly through it. And then I'm gonna attack another one.
Yep. There's one left now.
That's a 27.
Ooh.
And that's going to be another 11 damage.
Yes. How do you want to kill that one too?
Oh boy, just immediately sees it and then just like swings up from the bottom and
yeah, just and buckles and cloth go fluttering. So now this hallway is just coated in these ribbons of cloth and buckles. And there's a door on the other side.
Nice.
Oh, good job. I'm gonna.
Oh, thank you.
I was talking to them and I fist bumped my Dave.
Oh.
My boys.
Oh, yes.
Excuse me.
Of course.
You can get in on this too.
Oh, hell yeah.
And she's like, well, shall we proceed? I don't trust anything ever again. Nothing ever.
Quiet.
I'm going to let you go first.
Yes.
Let me know when we get to a door. I'll open it.
Yeah. So I keep striding forward.
Mm-hmm. Yes, there is that door immediately on the other side. This hallway was only like 10 feet long.
Great. Let's open it with the hand.
Okay. Yeah, as you open it up, you see that there is a small, completely white room in front of you. You do see that on the ceiling, there is another of these blue glowing stones that seems to be made of the same material as before, except it's set like a disc into the ceiling.
Do you suppose this one was for spying?
Possibly. I'm gonna just be like, do the recording.
You're gonna walk up to it and say, do the recording?
Is it? You said it's in the ceiling, right?
Yeah.
I mean, just shout up at it.
Okay. Yeah, so you kind of move a little bit into the room and like shout up at the ceiling. You hear the sound of a door locking from behind you as that one far down the hall seals. And then the blue stone begins to come to light on the ceiling here. And it says, "You have been brought here to conquer your fears. Remember that nothing you see here is real." And Farah, you begin to feel legs on the back of your neck. Just these insectoid, crawling insect legs just begin to coat your shoulders and make its way up their neck. And Kara, the room begins to fill with water. Just gushing water, seemingly coming from the corners of this room, and it just gets more and more intense as this begins to happen and begins to fill the room. And now, Farah, you begin to see just these bugs starting to crawl all up and down, covering your skin. And the blue disc from the top says, "Nothing here can actually harm you." And the room keeps filling with water, so much so now that Kara, you're getting to chin level here. And then Farah, again, they just won't stop coming. No matter how much you scrape them off, there's just more. Go ahead and make me sanity rolls.
Sure. 18.
Okay, you managed to keep your sanity.
In real life or in the game? Because I'm
8.
8? Oh, okay. What's happening, Kara?
So, yeah, Kara just like panics and just like you hear that like after like in movies where they have that after a loud explosion, how you have that kind of like ringing sound that plays. It's just like that's just like all that she hears. She doesn't hear anything else, like doesn't even register that Farah is near her whatsoever, and is just gasping and like trying not to drown.
Mm-hmm. And again, you hear, "Master your mind, allow your fears to pass, embrace your fears." And the water now is above your head, and there's nothing you can do. You're gasping, and you begin to feel that burning of drowning as this is happening to you. And Farah, the bugs have started to eat away at your skin now. There's nothing you just feel pain, like lightning pain, all over your body. How are you staying sane, Farah?
I think that she's just trying to just be very logical about this. There were no bugs here. I know that I'm not, the boogeyman. I don't have bugs living inside of me. This isn't real. This isn't real. This is like a place for crazy people, and I happen to be here. It's fine.
And with that, embrace your fears. And it all stops. And the room is empty. And Kara, you're choking like on like water that was never really there.
Yeah.
And Farah, your skin is fine.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my god, yeah, Kara goes to fucking puke in a corner.
No. Farah runs over and is just like, "It's okay. It's okay. It's not real. I came in here with confidence. Maybe we don't have to play all the blue things. Maybe that was a bad idea."
You do also see that for the first time now, there is a door. Clearly a door on the other side of this room that you just didn't see.
And look, there's a door!
Yeah, Carl wipes her mouth and stands up, kind of like wobbles for a bit, and then just like starts just beelining for the door.
Note to self, don't press all buttons. Just go.
Don't do it. All right, and you pass your way through this door, and you find that you are walking down another set of steps. Basement level 2! Or this would be basement level 3. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and as you begin to descend down these dark steps, again, that scent of just mildew and seawater is just really clear down here. So it is cold. Like, every level you've gone down, it's dropped maybe like 5 degrees. So you're beginning to, like, it's damp and clammy. And as you make your way down these stairs, you come to another set. It's like a small reception room of some kind. You see that there are a couple chairs, a couple tables that have been pushed against the stone walls, and there's this really big set of double doors on the far side of the room.
Okay.
Before we go any further, do you want like some low-key heals before we go anywhere? Like
yeah, some heals would be sweet.
Sweet.
And then also, yeah, now that we're down here with these double doors, down in this room, would it be I'm interested to make like a stone cutting check to see if I can suss out like how old is this place? Like,
yeah.
Oh, not bad. 14.
Okay. The stone down here is much, much older than the stone up top. So the deeper you go, the older this thing is. So this place was built deep in the earth, and then people began to build on top of it. So this part of the stone is, it's hundreds of years old.
Okay, cool.
We're talking like 400-ish.
All right. Oh, and then sorry, my internet cut out for a second. Did you say anything, Katie?
Yeah, I did 2 level 1s on you, and you got 16 hit points.
Oh, sweet, awesome, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And as you step into this room, and you kind of catch your breath and your bearings, and you're looking around, the temperature drops suddenly again. And the chairs at the edge of the room just start to wiggle just a bit, like scrape across the floor suddenly. Then
Fireball.
Fireball. Too. Immediately take out my sword and just whoosh, and slash at the chairs.
Yeah, and kindling.
Fuck this.
You wreck those chairs.
I feel better about it. It makes me feel a little bit better.
So it's just the chairs in the room and you said
there's 2 little tables and 4 chairs were in the room.
Oh, this is after we went in through the double doors?
No, you haven't opened the double doors yet.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay. All right. Let's look at there. Is there anything on the tables?
Nope.
Okay.
There's some dust.
All right, Kara was here on the table in the dust.
The smashed table.
And then go over to the doors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and as you reach out a hand towards the door, you feel a presence behind you, and you hear, "Wait!" And you turn around and you see your old familiar ghost person from upstairs. She's standing there in her prim and proper attire, clutching her book with her. "I'm sorry, Dr. Scarborough is very busy. You can't go in without an appointment."
Oh, but we already established that our friend here, as I motioned to Farah, does indeed have an appointment.
Yes, I still agree that I have an appointment.
"I'm sorry, I was not able to find your name in the book. I think you may be deceiving me. Is that true?"
I have never deceived anyone in my adult life.
Go ahead and make a bluff.
Bluff.
Deception.
Hello.
Fuck. Sorry.
Oh. Okay, I got 23.
Nice.
Okay,
so you're saying you've never lied in your whole life?
Yeah, not
in her adult life.
As a child, I was such a little punk, but
Yep. Yep. So and she pauses and she looks at you and her chin kind of, drops to one side. She opens up the book again and is just scanning through it. He doesn't like when people interrupt his work.
We'll be so quiet.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check. She's really waffling back and forth here.
I'm even better at these. That's a natural 20, so that's a 29.
Okay. Wow. All right. Yeah. And so she looks at the book and looks up at you and kind of nods solemnly, and she says, "Be careful. He gets very, very angry when you disturb him." And as she stares at you, you begin to see her head change. Like, you just see this seam, like, jagged kind of sawing back and forth, like, around the top of her head. And you just suddenly, it's gone. Like, just the top, as if it's been surgically, like, removed. And she lifts up a hand and kind of tries to touch, like, where her skull would be. Very angry.
Oh, honey, you need a vacation.
Talk about losing your head. I blurt out.
She just stares at both of you.
Well, shall we?
Absolutely. We'll be so quiet. Thank you so much for your help. I'm going to write a great review. 5 stars on you.
Yeah, and again, she's just reaching up to try and just touch the piece of her that is no longer there.
All right, we're going, right? You go first. Let's go.
Yep, I fling open the... I don't fling open the door. I open the door quietly.
Yep. All right, and as you open this door, the first thing that hits you is the smell.
Oh boy.
It is...
We're real big on smells.
It is rancid and just decayed, and not just like the normal rot of being far down in an ocean space. This smells like flesh that has just been sitting there forever. And this room, it opens up here. It's a large circular room that's flat on the bottom, and then you can see that there is like stadium seating around the center of this room, so people could look up and look down. So it's like a medical theater, if you guys have ever seen. And in and in the center of this room here, there's a table, a flat metal table, and atop of it there is a figure that is strapped down, and then standing over him is a humanoid in this white lab coat that looks oddly pristine in the midst of like all of this just nastiness, and he is holding a saw and just sawing like vigorously at the arm of this thing that is lying down on the table here. And as you step into the room, this figure like looks up, and you see it's got like big goggles strapped to its face, and you can see like these wisps of grayish hair, and he turns and looks at all of you. "Damn it, Agnes! Can't keep anybody out of here while I'm working!" Oh my God. And he looks at all of you, and you begin to hear like scuttling sounds. And as you look up towards the top of this theater, you see that there are these undead creatures that begin to like crawl out of the bleacher seats. And you see that there are a bunch of these things that are now just looking down at you. And that's where we're gonna stop for today.
No!
Oh my God.
Ah! I refuse. We must play more D&D.
Yes. Well,
that was so good. I'm so fucking creeped out.
That was too soon.
Yes. I am loving this. I am loving all of this. Thank you all so much for dealing with me in my spook dungeon. I'm having a blast. But anyway, and thank you all for the subscribes and the follows and the bits and the cheers. You all are fucking incredible, and we love you all. You're so great. And next time, Nassim will be back joining us, and we'll see what happened to Saye. But anyway, for now, I have been your Dungeon Master, Celeste Conowitch.
And I've been your barely sane barbarian, Kara.
And I've been your Laugh till it's over. Tiefling sorcerer, Vera.
Laugh to keep from crying. All right, well, thank you everybody so much for tuning in, and until next time, venture away! Venture away, everybody.